Okay, what you got there?
Dog.
Ah, it's a mustard dog.
Wow, with lots of mustard.
Straight from the Midwest.
Yeah.
All right.
Lots of mustard.
And we got wonky Bud Light cups, but we got old style in a wonky Bud Light cup. Go figure.
It's crowded here. We're at the Schaumburg Boomers game and it's on 4th of July
and they're winning.
Hey guys, it's DJ Wonder Chrissy, and I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. Mine was super. We finished it off last night with a trip to the Schaumburg Boomers Independent League Baseball, and they put on an awesome fireworks show. I'll have some of that to show you. Hey, maybe later on in this video I'll add a little bit, but it was an awesome, it's crowded. They had a record crowd of almost 8,000 people there, so it was packed, and they won, I think, 13-3. So it was a good evening. A lot of crowds, though. It took a while to get out of the parking lot to get home, but we had a great time, and the price was reasonable. All right, so let's talk about what I'm hearing at Ford. Okay, I'm hearing that the layoffs have been executed and there's about 1,000 people. But here's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that they're not done this year. They're going to be making some more cuts between now and the end of the year, anywhere from 2,000 to another 3,000, and they're going to slim themselves down even more. So that's what I know about Ford. More to come, guys, on that. And I'm sure they'll have some recalls too. So that's Ford. So there's some good information that I'm getting from my contacts at Ford that they're not done. This is just the start. Okay, so let's talk about banks, because today Janet Yellen is over in China groveling at the Chinese. We just finished the second quarter at the end of June, so now the fun begins. If you've watched some of my other videos where we talked about the banking crisis, you know, I laid out what's most likely and probable to happen is in the next 6 to 8 weeks, you're going to see banks come out with their quarterly reports, and some of these banks are not going to have all good information. And when that happens, you might see money flee. I mean, it's like it's going to start a good old bank run of the 1930s. Only, you know, between 1930s and now, we've digitized everything. So that run on the bank, it becomes more of a digital exercise than a physical exercise. So it's a little bit harder to control. In the olden days, they could just close the doors of the bank and say that they were closed for a holiday or something. Now they have to bring the internet down or something in order to stop a bank run or just let it go on. So what you're going to see is banks are going to come out with some bad news. You're going to see their stock prices get creamed. And at the same time, you're going to see investors and large investors start to wake up that have money at that bank, and they're going to digitally move it swiftly and quickly to somewhere else, and that will be the end of that bank, basically. So when the bank gets to the point they can't you know, support operations, their cash is gone and they can't find any more, you know, that's what's going to happen. So here's I've always talked about Weiss Ratings, WEISS ratings.com, folks. I'm going to put up a graph from last quarter. They'll be coming out with a new one, but you know, you see here that we have 680 banks out of 46 and change that are rated very poorly. So you're going to see that number go up. Here's a couple of banks to watch for, because these are the ones that have already taken a slightly long-term clubbing from the last quarter, and I expect that clubbing to continue. And you'll see all this play out on the financial news for sure, because as their stocks plummet and things get worse and the Fed gets called in, you're going to see it in the news. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Another thing that happened over the weekend, you probably didn't hear about in the normal media, was that the India refineries have just paid, the first time they've paid Russia in yuan for oil. So there you go, it's happening. And also, right after that came out, or if not before, Janet Yellen came out and actually told some truth, like a little bit of truth, like this much. She said that the U.S. dollar was going to be impacted in the near to long-term future. And if you know Janet Yellen and the Fed, they pretty much deny and hide everything. So the fact that they said that the U.S. dollar is going to be impacted sheds light into how bad things are or are going to get in the near, not so distant future. So there you have it for Janet Yellen. I hope she's having some good Chinese dim sum over in China this week, and I'm sure we'll hear more about that. Let's talk about the Fed. Since we're talking about Jerome Powell and the Fed, money is on that they're going to raise the rate another 0.25% come June. I believe the July meeting is 2 days towards the end of the month, July 25th and 26th. They usually come out with their press conferences the last day. So money, the smart money right now is on. That Jerome is going to raise the rate another 0.25%. So hey guys, keep going at those 30-day CDs because the rates are going to continue to go up. As I told you guys in prior videos, I just got 5.3% a couple of weeks ago. Those will be coming due the end of the month, and I'll be renewing them. Hopefully, I'll be getting, 5.5 maybe. We're at the 5.5 range for CDs on the open market. So making some good money. I hope that you are doing that too. So, a lot of people think the stock market and the economy are connected, and that they go with each other. They're correlated. They are not. The stock market is manipulated, and it's going through the roof right now. It just keeps going up, and up, while our economy is just being sandblasted left and right. There's nothing more than financial Armageddon on the way, folks. When you see banks, every time the Fed raises rates, it's not good for the banks. So the banks have cried uncle like 6 months ago, and Jerome Powell just keeps raising rates because our government keeps spending. So the more that our government spends, the more that inflation is going to rage. So he's in a tough spot, and the current administration is, they like to spend. They just don't get it for some reason. They don't, and I guess they don't care. That inflation is raging. I don't know about you guys. I was just at Aldi's, my favorite local store here in the Midwest, and I looked at stuff, just basic stuff, and the price of them is still high and through the roof. I mean, granted, eggs are down. Eggs are probably back down to $1.88 or something. But simple things like tomato paste, right? You used to buy one of those little cans of tomato paste for 33 cents. At Aldi's now, they're like 75, 78 cents. That's twice the price almost. Okay, another example. A little can of Aldi's or generic mushroom pieces, right? In some type of liquid. Used to be like 55, 52 cents. $1.19 now, folks. So there you have it. I noticed it too. We buy some of their cheap hot dogs at Aldi's. They used to be like 99 cents. Just as the summer approached or summer kicked in, they raised it to $1.35. Okay, not a big deal, but that's still like a 50% increase over the last price. So it all adds up, folks. It all adds up, and the prices aren't going down. They may say inflation is going down, but what the consumer is feeling is, last year it was 6%. This year it's 4%. What a lot of people don't realize, you got to put those numbers together. It's not that inflation has gone down. It's slowed the increase down. So 6% and 4% is 10%. So you are still paying for 10% inflation over, if they didn't control it, would have been 12%, 6 and 6, right? Or more. So that's what's going on with inflation. A lot of people don't realize it. You hear in the media, oh, inflation is going down. Well, no, it's not going down. It's just slowing its increase. It's still going up. So, I mean, we feel the prices here every time we go to the grocery store and anywhere else you're spending money. So join the club, folks. And you know what people are doing? They're putting it on the old credit card to get by, and that will only take you so far, and at some point the credit card companies will come knocking at your door and ask for a payment. So there's what I know about the economy. There's what I know about the banks and Ford and our friends at the Fed and the Treasury. It's going to get interesting. If nothing else, the next 6 to 8 months, it's going to get very, very interesting. So be attuned to what's going on in the economy and the news. Be ready, right? Get your preps up. Now's the time to buy some silver if you want. Prices are down and reasonable again. And watch your bank. Watch your bank, and you might want to get some cash, right? You might want to get some cash just for a rainy day and put it in your household safe or what have you, because you never know when things are going to happen, right? And there's a run on the bank, and you're not going to see a run on the bank by driving by your bank these days, folks. As I said before, it's going to be digital, and before you know it, it's over. So that's all I have. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. It's time that we have to be thankful for our freedom. We have to be thankful for what we have in this country. Be thankful for the American dream that's still there, but it just keeps getting bombarded by inflation and financial games and mismanagement, but it's still there, folks. I'm here to tell you that the American dream is still there. It's just a little harder to get to after the last couple of years. So I'm over and out. Like, share, and subscribe this information, because we're bringing you guys financial information that you can use. And that's all today. DJ Wonder Chrissy, over and out.